Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am back with yet another blush video. There are going to be a lot of these because there are so many new blushes launching and I need to be picky. I need to start being picky on which ones I pick up because there's just not enough money in the world and not enough cheeks in the world to keep up with all these blush launches. But today we are going to be demoing, swatching, reviewing, discussing the new NARS Afterglow Liquid Blushes. These came out a couple weeks ago. I've been testing them, playing with them, wearing them, and I'm here to give you my overall thoughts, to put them on my face, and provide some swatches and kind of talk about how they compare to some of the other liquid blush formulas out there. So by the end of the video, you should have a good idea of, what shades might work for you and if these are worth the $32 price point. So if that interests you, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. Sharing a little bit more about this launch. So NARS released 6 shades of the Afterglow liquid blush, and I'm reading from the Sephora app per usual. These retail for $32, and they claim to be a lightweight skincare infused liquid blush that delivers a buildable rush of color with 8-hour hydration. Now for the packaging, let's just get into the packaging. I love the packaging. I love the pinky little base. I love the rose gold top. And now I know this isn't the best applicator from like a bacteria standpoint, but I really appreciate this applicator. So this comes with a doe foot applicator, which makes it really nice for precise application of blush. In comparison, this formula sort of reminded me of the M Cosmetic liquid blushes, which I love, but I don't love the applicator. These ones have a weird little dropper that you have to use, which is much more sanitary, but I've really been loving the application of the new NARS ones. I am currently not wearing blush, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually apply one of the shades and show you how seamlessly these blend out. Let's go ahead and use the shade Behave. So Behave is like a really pretty, like pinky mauve. Is that an accurate description? I'll swatch them all so you can see. But yeah, let's go ahead and apply one. Let me grab my mirror, and for this formula, I am going to blend out with a brush. So I'm going to just take the product and let's start with like 2 little dots. And then let me get my trusty BK Beauty 101 brush and start blending. I mean, that took like 2 dabs. It took basically 2 dabs to blend that out. That just shows you how easy this formula is. And I have been testing these for a couple weeks and surprise, I love these. You'll notice that it took barely any time for me to apply, blends really seamlessly into my foundation, and it does give that glow where, like, for this product you don't need to wear highlighter in my opinion. You can see here it's just casting that really nice glow on my cheeks. Let's talk a little bit more about the formula. I have some other liquid blushes in front of me. I'm going to swatch the NARS one on my hand and then swatch some of the other liquid blushes and kind of show you how they compare. So the NARS blushes, something I really like about them is you don't have to be too careful when applying them because they're not overly pigmented. So here is a swatch of the product. Next to it, I'm going to apply Rare Beauty. I don't want to waste too much of the Rare Beauty product, but okay. I did one little swipe of Rare Beauty. You can see Rare Beauty is much more pigmented, which these blushes are amazing and I'm obsessed with them, but that is something you have to be careful about, is it's so easy to over apply the Rare Beauty blushes. And now I'm going to swatch the Huda Beauty lip blush. And the Huda Beauty lip blush, I would say, obviously this is a very different shade. It's sheerer than the NARS one, but it is a stain. So it's a different product entirely. I would say of the liquid blushes that I have, well, I mean, I have like honestly hundreds, but of the ones that I have in front of me, the NARS formula is most similar to the M Cosmetics one. So I'm gonna put, I hate the stupid droppers. I'm gonna put a little, this is me over here trying to get product in the dropper. There we go, okay. So I have the M Cosmetics one here. I'm going to swatch it out. The M Cosmetics one is more pigmented than the NARS one, but as far as like the formula and blendability, it is most similar, in my opinion, to the NARS ones. So just throwing that out there, that if you do like the M Cosmetics formula, I think you will also like the NARS formula. It's a great formula, and then as I mentioned, I much prefer the applicator of the NARS because you can be really precise and you're not having to deal with a dropper. Now that we've talked about the formula and I've demoed the product, I'm going to go ahead and show you arm swatches of all 6 of the shades. Starting from the elbow going down to the wrist, we have NARS Orgasm followed by Behave. Then we have Dolce Vita, which is this really pretty dusty pink. We have Wanderlust, this beautiful lilac. We have Brazen. And then we have Insatiable here at the end. In addition to arm swatches, I am also going to be applying all 6 of these shades to my face because I'm doing the Lord's work. I got some feedback on my recent Makeup by Mario video that it was really helpful actually seeing all of the shades on my face in addition to arm swatches. So that's what we're gonna do because I'm here to be helpful and help you make purchasing decisions. So we already have Behave on the face. So let's take a look at Behave, and then I'm going to remove the shade and apply all of the other shades on my cheeks. Okay, so those were the 6 cheek swatches. My application got real wonky towards the end, but I do hope that helped give you an idea of the different shades and how they look on the cheeks of someone who is very pale, such as myself. Now, for shade recommendations, I would say my #1 recommendation is Wanderlust. That is the lilac color. I think this is such a unique shade in a blush. There is one similar to M Cosmetics, Little Lilac. So if you already have Little Lilac, you don't also need Wanderlust, but if you do not yet own a lilac-y liquid blush, highly recommend Wanderlust. The other shades I really liked, I really loved Insatiable, which is the plummy shade that I'm currently wearing. This one I would say is great for all skin tones. It will show up on those with darker complexion, and then if applied carefully, it's beautiful on fairer skin as well. Now for the pinky shades, I will say on the cheeks, in my opinion, doing the quick cheek swatches, I thought that Behave, Dolce Vita, and Orgasm did look pretty similar. So I don't think you need all three. I would say if I could only recommend one of the pinky shades, I think, oh God, that's tough. I really like Behave, but then I also really like Dolce Vita. And I also really like Orgasm. Honestly, I can't really pick one to recommend, but I would note that those three shades on the cheek did look similar, so pick one of those. You don't need all three. And then Brazen was just like a really beautiful coral, so nothing is similar to Brazen in the lineup. Brazen is pretty uniquely its own shade, as are Wanderlust and Insatiable. Now, recapping with my final thoughts, I really love this formula. I wore one of the shades yesterday. It did wear beautifully for 8 hours like it claimed. Again, this blends well. I would categorize this as idiot-proof makeup. I applied makeup pretty quickly and pretty sloppily because I'm an impatient person, and it's really hard to mess up this application. So, you know, if I ever do an idiot-proof makeup video, let me know in the comments below if you would like that. This is a product that is going in that video. I also think the shade range is really pretty. I love that they came out with some unique shades with those like lilac-y, plummy shades. I think it'd be fun if they eventually launched more of like a cherry red, but overall for an initial launch, those 6 shades I think are pretty great, and you get some nice pinks, a coral, and then those purpley shades. The applicator I also really love. Again, I know it's not the most sanitary, but at the end of the day, what makeup really is sanitary. I love how precise you can be with the applicator. And then I also love that the formula isn't overly pigmented. So unlike the Rare Beauty blushes, they're idiot proof. Like, you can over apply and it's not that difficult to sheer out or apply a little concealer over to tone down the color. Now, at the time of me filming this video, which is June 8th, these are actually 15% off on Nordstrom, I believe Macy's, and maybe Saks. Down below, I will link the links to these at Sephora and Ulta, and then I will also link to the places where these are currently on sale at the time of this video. So I did want to call that out, that if you are interested in picking these up or picking up a couple or one, do it now while they're part of that 15% off sale. So I hope this video was helpful. Hopefully it makes you a little less scared of liquid blushes, and I hope the cheek swatches helped you determine what shade you're going to pick up, if any at all. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried a liquid blush, like what your thoughts are on this launch, and then also which of the millions of new blushes that have launched / are launching soon you're interested in seeing me review. That will help me prioritize what I pick up next. And if you are not already, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below. It does really help me out.